San Marcos, Texas is the oldest continually inhabited location in North America. And the Rotary Club of San Marcos is our city's oldest service club. Just as the San Marcos River winds its way through the city, bringing life wherever it goes and to whatever it touches, so the Rotary Club of San Marcos winds its way through the last century of San Marcos history, bringing life, alleviating suffering, and providing hope wherever its members are serving. Most of the details about how Rotary was organized and became a part of San Marcos is unknown. We do know that the conversation was in play as the world was emerging from a dark hour when people were longing to bring hope. The First World War ended in 1918, but was followed by the Spanish flu pandemic, which took with it 1/2 billion souls before the summer of 1919 when it ended. The globe was in mourning, yet it was hopeful and anxious to be productive and prosperous. Thursday, August 4th, 1921, should be considered the first official meeting of the Rotary Club of San Marcos, though the charter wasn't official until December 21st of that year. A Professor Ed Bentley, a Rotarian from McAllen, Texas, was teaching at the Teachers College for the summer and is credited for organizing the first meeting in San Marcos. The meeting was attended by 23 Rotarians and their wives, many of which came from the Austin and San Antonio clubs. This number was matched by 23 local San Marcan businessmen and their wives. Rotarians from Austin and Belton spoke about what it means to be a Rotarian, and a Miss Lillian Sellers from a club in Belton gave a series of short readings. Within 3 decades, our members had established a trend serving as leaders in our district. 7 of our club members have served as district governors. In 1945, the president of the Rotary Club of San Marcos, Gene Scrutchen, approached the city to buy a 50-acre tract of land to serve as a community park. The council thought it too expensive, so Scrutchen approached other service clubs in town to purchase the property, which is now known as City Park. This includes the properties where the San Marcos Public Library and the Activity Center now stand. A loan was secured to purchase 52 acres of land along the San Marcos River to be used as a city park. 4 service clubs signed on the dotted line: the San Marcos Lions Club, the Kiwanis Club of San Marcos, the San Marcos Junior Chamber of Commerce, and the Rotary Club of San Marcos. These 4 clubs made payments on the land for 3 years, but by that time the park had become so popular among San Marcans, the city council agreed to take over the payments. In 1952, when professional baseball player Tex Hewson, teacher and coach Owen Goodnight, and Rotarian Willard Pennington thought it time to bring Little League to San Marcos, it was through Rotary that it came about. Also in the 50s, Rotarians became aware that students involved with Future Farmers of America, Future Homemakers of America, and the 4-H Club did not have a place to show their animals and projects. Rotarians Joe and Harry Freeman stepped in, and again with the help of Gene Scrutchen, who offered his used car lot for the event, the club began an annual tradition of making these shows a prominent part of San Marcos civic life. Throughout the decade, the club expanded its services to these student groups. By 1955, the events included FFA, FHA, and 4-H groups from all of Hays County, meeting in the city parks and enjoying barbecue meals prepared and served by members of the Rotary Club of San Marcos. The events continued for many years and eventually became so popular that the city and county recognized the need for a public venue to house them. Because of the club's success in these early days, the Rotary Club of San Marcos became a place that up-and-coming political figures would make appearances, as this photo of Lyndon Baines and Lady Bird Johnson demonstrates. As time passed, a tradition of supporting meritorious high school graduates with financial need began. A good fit for the club, since from its beginning many of its members were faculty and staff at the local teachers' college, now known as Texas State University. Ultimately, the interest in scholarships became a major passion for the club, and in 1985, it established a foundation. Since that time, our foundation has awarded hundreds of thousands of dollars to hundreds of San Marcos High School graduates. Also, in 1985, the club sponsored the Greater San Marcos Rotary Club, which expanded Rotary's influence to Gary Job Corps, a Rotaract club at Texas State, youth sports sponsorships, Early Act First Night at Crockett Elementary, more scholarships to local high school grads, and many other worthwhile causes. Their activities were funded through the Greater San Marcos Rotary Club Foundation, and their relentless creativity toward raising money by engaging the entire community in fun, healthy, and inclusive events like bicycle races, mini triathlons, and golf tournaments. In 1996, Rotary Club of San Marcos celebrated its 75th anniversary by securing and distributing 7,501 trees, 100 trees for every year of service plus one. These trees were distributed throughout San Marcos and Rotary District 5840. Today, these trees are still providing shade, habitat, and beauty around the city, in the parks, recreational facilities, the Texas State campus, Gary Job Corps, and many school districts throughout Central Texas, going as far west as Del Rio and San Angelo, and as far north as Fredericksburg. All Rotary members are treasured, but every once in a blue moon, a club gets a celebrity, someone who just stands out. Harry Wayne was one of them. Harry was a graduate from Juilliard School of Music, a gifted singer, a baritone. How did a baritone from the New York opera scene land in San Marcos? A little-known fact is that Rotarian Bob Whalen, a formidable performing artist himself, a music professor, recruited Harry to come to San Marcos and teach voice at SWT. Carol Wiley said of this dynamic duo, "When you heard Bob playing piano and Harry Wayne singing, you just knew you were where you wanted to be." Tonight, as we look back to celebrate 100 years of service to the community, let's do so as we listen to Harry singing one of his songs in his role as Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof. And as we do, let us think not on what we've done, but what we are doing now to make San Marcos and the world a healthier, safer, peaceful place. What we've done is a matter of history, but what in the world is the Rotary Club of San Marcos doing today? As Tevye sings, let these slides answer the question.
If I were a rich man, diddle-deedle, diddle-diddle-diddle, dum. All day long I'd a biddy-biddy-bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle, dum. If I were a biddy-biddy rich, digga-digga-diddle-diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with roofs right flush, right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up, and another even longer and turkeys and geese, and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each lot and gobble and hope would land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here is an earthly man. If I were a rich man, diddle-deedle, diddle-deedle, diddle-dum, all day long I'd a biddy-biddy-bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle-deedle, diddle-deedle, diddle-dum.